Okay, let's do our win, then we probably go around and share. How are we all doing? And we look at Helen. Helen been taking care of herself. And Tamara, yes, what a shock. But today I think is a good time to talk about our soulmate. We often forgot our pet in our soulmate. So, and when you're ready, if you want to, we can do a reflection on that.
Yep.
Tamara. Okay, so we wait for others. And Anna did some work with Helen, and she just worked and worked and worked and worked with others. Emery, what's yours?
I just entered mine in there.
Okay, it just refreshed. Okay, so did you mean by you clean up your house or you clean it out someone else's house?
No, mine.
Yeah, I'm just going in to finish a little bit, aren't I, darling? She's got a list for me. That's cool.
Just touch ups.
For the decoration, gosh, I remember last year she also tried to do things for Halloween.
Oh, last year I didn't really bother. It was the year before.
Oh, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
So when was Chris come and cut all your trees and things like that?
That was last year. I had a party last year.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
The house.
Good. So everyone share their wins, which is wonderful, no matter how big or small. But I might just invite Tamara to share because it has been a big week. I don't think she just survived. She did so well.
Yeah, it has been a huge week. Lots of things happening, sort of, have my work, of course, but Tuesday night, Peaches didn't look like she was well. She'd thrown up all her dinner. She couldn't get up and go to the bathroom, so she was just sort of wetting where she was sitting, which is not like her, and she didn't want to come inside. Like, she hated the cold, and it was cold outside, but she wouldn't come inside. So I had to pick her up and bring her in. So I knew she wasn't well, and I took her to the vet on Wednesday morning, and they felt her stomach and said, oh, her organs, some of her organs must be enlarged because they're out of place. They should be up inside the rib cage, and they're not. They were actually way down past the rib cage. They said, oh, we're worried about her bleeding internally because her gums are very pale. So we'll do an ultrasound and just make sure there's no blockage. And they came back and said she had a huge tumour on her spleen that had started bleeding. So she was bleeding internally from the ruptured tumour. And they said they could operate and remove the tumour. If it was cancerous, it wasn't really going to extend her life. But they wouldn't know that until they went in to operate. But, yeah, they couldn't guarantee if she would even survive the operation because she'd been bleeding so much, and she might need a blood transfusion, which means taking her to an emergency vet and all those sorts of things. And they said, she's been bleeding. We don't know how much. So she may not survive until she gets to the emergency vet. So I had to make the decision to put her down.
Yeah.
So it was really hard because she's been with me for 11 years since she was about 6 weeks old. So, yeah. She was my little bubba.
So they was a soulmate that by your side, no matter what.
She was. She'd always give me cuddles and kisses, and so excited to see me when I got home. And she'd squeal and she'd make her noises, and I'm sure sometimes the neighbours thought I was chopping some kid's arm off because of the squeals she'd make. And Katrina saw her the other week, and Katrina goes, I've never heard a dog like squeal like that. He had no idea what the noise was. And I said, that's Peaches. That's what she does all the time. She squeals.
Well, I had her staying at my house. I had my neighbours come in to say what's going on. They could hear the kids screaming in the backyard. And I went, can you follow me, please? And there's the child. Oh, it's a dog. Yep.
But that's what she
Mm.
sounded like. And she would make herself known to everyone.
Mm.
And I'd open
Yeah,
the garage and
darling.
she was a little sweetheart. So it's been a hard, 24 hours or so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, missing her already.
Of course.
How's Coco?
She's okay. She keeps looking around for her at the moment. She's been looking for her a lot more today.
Mm.
Mm.
Um,
Because they two were close too, weren't they?
yeah, well, Peaches was 11 and
Mm.
Coco's 10, and
Yeah.
they've
Oh,
been
wow.
together since Coco was 14 weeks old. So they've been together as long as Coco's been alive. So
Yeah.
Mm.
it's going to be hard on her as well.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yes, she's sort of been looking around for her a bit today.
Yeah.
I gave Coco a little bit of a treat before when I was having something to eat.
Mm.
And she looked around for Peaches to say, well, you give it to Peaches first. Where is she? I can't eat it until Peaches is eaten.
He's like, how come Peaches is not getting one?
Yeah. Yeah. So she was looking around for that.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
because
she
they're
had-
special dogs.
Yeah. And she wouldn't eat last night because Peaches wasn't there.
Mm.
So had to wait until we got our dinner and I told her it was okay for her to eat. So it's going to take a little while.
Mm.
Did she jump onto your bed last night?
No, she didn't. She
Mm.
didn't. She
Mm.
slept where she usually sleeps, under the window. So, but yeah, so we'll see. But yeah,
So how was it like for you having this soulmate with you for the last 10 years?
really good. Yeah, she was, always mama's puppy,
Mm.
always sitting on mum's lap, always laying between mum's legs.
Mm.
Yeah, always at mum's feet in the kitchen. Now, come on, mum, give me something to eat.
It was a
Mhm.
Cutting up
hoover.
something. She
She
was.
didn't ask. She just hoovered. It was a
Yeah, but she was always sitting there looking up at me with her little puppy dogs. I was going, please, mummy, can I have some? Please,
I'm
Mummy, can I have
hungry.
some?"
You haven't fed me
nobody's fed
half
me.
a
I'm
minute
starving.
ago. But she was.
She was.
She would get you with those eyes. She really had that look.
Yeah, and she knew how to put the little sad face on.
Yes. Pull at your heartstrings.
Yeah, she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna miss having her there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Miss the cuddles because she used to snuggle into my chest and lie there and give me cuddles
Mm.
and jump up and give me kisses. Always
Oh.
kisses. It's like,
Yeah,
and
she was
she'd
a
try
good
to lick you
kisser.
on the lips. Like if you weren't watching, that tongue would go in the mouth.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Her nickname when I first got her, I took her to work where I was working at the youth club, and they called her Licky Lizard because the tongue was coming out all the time. It's like Licky Lizard, Licky Lizard.
Do I plate up my own dinner?
So, yeah. But that was her. She thought everyone should love her and she should love everyone,
Mm.
whether it was an animal, whether it was a person. She just loved everyone and thought everyone needed to love her or should love her because she was adorable. That's what she thought.
It was adorable.
Yeah. But that was her thinking.
Mm.
I'm adorable and you just need to love me because I'm adorable. So yeah.
Here you go, darling. Take your time.
Mm.
Sit with it. Is the kid needing you, Anna?
One of the grandchildren.
Sounds like the grandchildren. Oh, but I'm on the call. Helen,
They
did you
always
have,
know.
I know. Did
Whether
you
They
ever
they're
have,
like dogs.
the animals or children, they know.
Yep. I've got to go let Coco in. She's barking.
Okay.
Mm. Did you ever have a pet, Helen?
Me?
Mm.
I did when I was younger, but as an adult, I haven't. It's just my shrimp now, but it's just because the expense of keeping a pet and giving them the care that they need. I just didn't have the resources.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I've had cats before, a long time ago, but they just get under my feet. I had about 5 at one stage.
Mm.
In a 2-bedroom little apartment, and so it got a bit much. But yeah, I will get a dog eventually, but not where I am at the moment.
Yeah. Well, eventually. Anne-Marie, did you have a pet?
Yeah, I've had many.
Chicken, ducks?
I've had chickens, ducks, rabbits, dogs, cats. What else have I had? Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Fish.
Mm-hmm.
I've had.
Oh, someone got a chair. Put it down. We have seen it already. It's heavy, man.
She's got a new chair.
It's an ergo
Yay!
chair.
She can be comfy now.
Let's see. I've had sheep and cows and chickens and goats and ducks. Actually kangaroos. I've had pet kangaroos and pet pigs.
Oh yeah, we've had pet kangaroos too, but they were rescue animals.
Did you ever have tadpoles and little frogs?
Yep.
Possums. We had a bat once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like this big.
Mm.
Oh,
They can be very cute. They're little bats.
They're cute.
Yeah. Mine weren't rescues. They were because
you rescued them.
only because my father shot their mother, so I kind of had to rescue the little kangaroos.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't have much choice.
No, look, it was thrusted upon you.
Okay.
Well, I only had one pet. Well, I had many dogs, but one dog that was my shadow. It was a dog I had for 19 years. I've just starting to speak about him. 19 years, human years. He was my best friend. It's my kid's best friend. His name was Spud. He died on January the 19th, 2003. Approximately 7:43. Around in the evening, just before 7:45. So, yeah, he was there for Ben's from the time that Ben was born. Got to watch him. He was there for Shauna when she was 2. So, yeah. And he even my neighbours, my butchers, my family, when he died, the next day I had family and friends over like it was it was family member that died, human family member. They were all there. Because he was, wherever I went, he came. And he was a big dog.
They were family.
They are. And it's been really, for me, I've had a few dogs in my life over the years, but, connection I had with Spud was almost like he could read my mind. I never trained him, but people were just amazed at how I could ask him to do stuff and he'd just do it. Don't
I
ask.
got to pat someone who's got had a male and a female dingo, and the female had puppies, and I got to pat them. They'd just gone out of their puppy fur and just going to the next stage, and was just walking under the bridge. They liked me. They didn't growl at me.
Everyone likes
their
you,
jumpers. They're still wild animals, but yeah.
Okay. Anna, would you like to share more about your pet as your soulmate? Like he was there for you.
He got me. I saved him. He saved us. You know, he came in to get me ready for my son's coming. That's how I look at it. Because he came into 1988 after I had Josh in 1987, and it was time for me to. When I was really skinny, I didn't eat very well, but he came in and I started living again, really living, walking every day, morning and night. And, you know, if I told you the story of how I got him, I think, yeah, I told Tamara, I know.
Yep.
And, you know, he was forever grateful that I'd
Yep.
saved him. I knew that
Yeah.
from the time that I got him. And most loyal, never left my side, never left my kid's side when we were out. Could leave him with the prams. Nobody came near him. Nobody came near my babies. In the park, I could leave them. It was safe. He'd go and visit my in-laws for breakfast, jump over our fence. He never shat in our backyard. Until he was 15, there was no poo in the backyard because he'd jump over the fence and walk around the streets. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm telling you, this is fair income. And then he'd also go to David's, my ex-husband's parents' place for breakfast nearly every day. And then jump over their 9-foot collarbond fence and come home or stay there and wait for me. And then I'd growl at him because he wasn't supposed to be there. Never chained him up. He never wore a collar, didn't put him on a lead. He followed, he was an amazing, amazing bee. And when things weren't good for me with my husband, and I'd come home from work at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, he'd be waiting there for me and basically telling me I was going for a walk. And I did. I walked at 3 o'clock in the morning, never, ever fearing my life. Okay? He was, and we go to the beach. First time he ever had ice cream, I gave him my ice cream, and he was waiting for me to eat it back. So I did. So we shared it, right? The second time I went, I bought one for me to share, and he just looked at me, sat back and waited. And I went, are you shitting me? I've got to buy him a separate one. And I did. That's how it went. Every time we went to an ice cream place, I had to pull it out. Like clockwork. And on every Thursday, I'd be walking, like when we go for our walks, at the end of our walk, we walk past Coles. And every Thursday, like clockwork, he'd sit down and wait while I went in and got him chocolate. I couldn't walk past it. I had to walk in there. Super smart, an amazing creature, and loved by my entire family. So, yeah, but he was really amazing. And when he came into my life, he was just the best thing. Next to my kids, he was the best thing.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We all feel it.
Yeah. I still grieve.
Oh, of course. Of course.
But he was with me like my kid.
Okay, good.
And I know Peaches is with me.
Absolutely.
Well,
The really funny thing is, one thing that he, I'm sorry, just killed a bug. I know I'm going to cop it. When I'm at when I say lowest or when I'm feeling the saddest, I get a smell. And I know it's him, and he deliberately puts that smell there because he knows I can't handle cesspools, It's like, oh, please, just, I always keep telling you I have to bath you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved, with glee, he would run. You could see the pleasure. It's like watching a cartoon. He's running, gets up, jumps in it and splash. And as he got older, we were at Reservoir, and there's this great big lake, and there's this swamp on the other side. I call it a swamp, but anyway. And it was really cold that day, and we were walking around, and I could see him. He's running, he's gleeful, his white teeth, his black fur, and he's running towards it. He's in the air, and I go, "You better not!" And in the air, he swung back. It's in the air. Did he touch the water? Did he touch the water? He threw himself back. I went, I'm not going to wash you in cold water.
Beautiful. Okay. I know they're not here with you guys anymore, but can you feel it, Anna? You just feel him, right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
And focus on the fond memory that you guys have with them.
Absolutely.
They truly by your side all this year.
Yeah.
Your highs and your lows, even with your own kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So talking about soulmate, this is interesting. As I was away in New South Wales this weekend, I've been talking to Anna, like, oh, need to get a dog for Alex. Need to get a dog for Alex. We've just been talking about it and talking about it. And one of my trainer only met her in New South Wales because she will never come down to Melbourne because she lives in Brisbane. It's too cold. So I finally got to meet her. And I think two of her pups just had 7 puppies.
Oh, wow.
I think it's poodle, but I can't remember. You know, my literacy with dogs or animal species? Me no Chinese.
I asked her if it was the big poodle, the mini poodle,
Says, I don't know, it's just a poodle.
It's mini. It's mixed. The mother and fathers are with my trainer. She had 7. She got 2 left. I said, I've been talking about this. Like, I would love to have a puppy. We have 2 left, but it wasn't the right timing for me to bring him back. She got 2 because the puppies, unfortunately, the 2 boys, they both have hernias near the male part. So she need to give another 2 weeks for them to see whether they grow back together. I don't know. That's natural. But I wonder whether someone is ready to have a puppy. Then I can ask. Otherwise, I'll just go and pick up one from northern New South Wales. I'm sure the little brother would like to migrate here together. So I wonder.
It's in Kingscliff, and you'll love it because it's around the corner from Crystal Castle. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And what sort of dog is it?
It's a poodle. If you are keen, I'll text Michaela because I don't want to bother her and say we want one and one don't want
Can you confirm what size poodle? Because there are 6 different species.
Yeah, it's not a big one. Because I told her like I don't want a big one. It's
Like a schmoodle.
Yeah. It's a brownish schmoodle. Like they're so cute. They're all sleeping together on Monday when I FaceTime them. They're tiny, like wrinkly, but they're definitely not bulldog, okay? They was like sleeping like that together over each other.
Poodles are super intelligent. Super
Hopefully
intelligent.
it's poodle. I don't know whether it's noodle or poodle. So if you are keen, I can ask because she thinks it's what's meant to be meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll have a think about it.
Yeah, it won't be for another few weeks, and she's happy to wait. But I wish I can take you guys to. Probably will plan that. I actually want the 3 trainer that I had this weekend to train you guys in the level 1 Enneagram. They are very good, very gentle. But anyway, talk about soulmate. That's how I felt like, all things equals, what comes around, you never know what's just around the corner. Down to the level of puppies.
Sure.
Okay. If it meant to be, it meant to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on that topic my question is, have you guys been waiting for your soulmate? And what is your experience might be? While you're waiting, or maybe yours have arrived, or while they arrived, do they look like your soulmate or your ideal soulmate that you've been thinking? We have many experience here. The floor is open.
Come on, Anne-Marie, you tell us. Come on, baby.
I don't know.
You don't know. Interesting. Maybe I'll start. I always make you guys to share and think, right? So I never knew about soulmate before. I was waiting for a husband to whip my, feet off. But in fact, while I was waiting, I didn't know I was the one that actually wasn't ready.
Oh, okay.
So the question is, how do we know that we are ready? Now, Helen is not necessarily a partner, or we can refer to as a friend or a pet, like with our experience that our soulmate.
Well, I've never had the experience, and I've never really put it out there. It's not something I can relate to. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
talking about something that's totally foreign.
What about
Mm,
I'm not
puppy
even
baby?
anywhere close to even putting that out there.
That's
mm,
okay. What
It's
about-
I
okay.
just find it just very awkward because it's not my experience.
mm.
Okay.
But like Tamara, when you say Tamara gets you, so it's not like, let's say, she must be my soulmate, but like when you have someone gets you to understand you without you saying much,
Yeah.
do you feel
Well,
about,
it's only
what do you think about it?
Here's the thing around that, because there's people that I find that get me are people who actually accept me for who I am. Mistakes are all, they don't try to circumnavigate my reactions, but they actually just have a way, and it's because they've got the lived experience. That's all I can say. It has nothing to do with being soulmate as far as I'm concerned. It's just that I can't put it in words. It's when someone has lived that same, it's not exactly the same, but has had that similar experience. The difference between me and Tamara's had a lot more time journeying with it than I have.
Mm.
And so you don't have, there's no energy drain, because I don't have to put energy into trying to work out someone's reaction. And it's not that someone's doing anything wrong. It's just the way that they perceive me. And that's why I find it very, very difficult with a lot of people, because people will say that they do accept me, but then they don't, because then they're trying to put things in the way that allow me to do what I need to do, or they they get upset because I've upset them, but they haven't realised that that's not my intention at all. It's just I'm still learning. I'm still a child in a lot of areas that most people are adult, and I'm coming from that non-verbal reaction, and a lot of people can't handle that, and that's the truth. And I'm not going to tiptoe around it. I'm sick of people telling me that they accept me, and most often than not, they don't. And that's why, and as because she spent the time, there's times that we clash a little bit, but she's learned to just pause a bit, allow me to get my breath, and then we can go it again. But it's a learning thing, and that's all the difference is. People that just everyone's got brilliant skill sets, and sometimes that skill set comes later. Depends on, and I'm very raw and very early days in a lot of things that people are, and it's hard because I see where I'm not quite there yet, but I just have to allow that to evolve.
And give yourself time and credit for it, for moving forward. And I suppose, Helen, as you said, I've had plenty of experience with it because I grew up with an uncle who was nonverbal. I grew up with an uncle who, had lots of struggles communicating. So I learned to communicate and connect with him in a different way than, I had to, because he was completely nonverbal. But he always enjoyed it when I came and visited, and he'd always spend time with me, and he always, would laugh with me, and I'd always, have a good time with him. So I learnt that, with him being completely nonverbal, there's different ways to connect and communicate and work with. And that's why I have that capacity, because it's something I learned at a very young age. So
Beautiful. But I'm so happy for you, Helen, that you have accepted that there are parts of you still like a child and you are learning. And I hope that you feel like you're at home, because Hannah, myself, and you could have fight and yell at each other.
I've never raised my voice at Helen, ever.
Oh, yeah.
I've never argued. I've just made the mistake of saying something in a certain tone, and I'm very much aware of that. And
So
I've
in
told
fact,
her
you're
to pull
all
me up
learning.
on it. Yeah. Excuse me, I got to take.
So Helen,
It's a process of discovery, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not aware. Sometimes it's just a word and or a tone, and it's still very new.
fair enough. As you said, people treated you in certain way, but their word have not matched their behavior or their action.
Yep.
And that is very disappointing. So maybe this. Yep, go on.
I was just going to say, especially when it comes to my mother, that's a really hard one, because she hasn't got that connection at all. So I've had to go, well, that's her stuff.
Okay. All right. We're good here, Helen? Is that something we're going to start? And it's okay to start from the beginning, because we all could start from somewhere. We all need to start from somewhere. So going back to my story, what's the reason that I wasn't ready? Being the way brought up is a woman need to marry a higher status man. Means if they don't have a higher education than you do, he doesn't deserve your love. If they don't have a high status of their job, they don't deserve you. Okay. We always laugh at the Singaporeans. They love to talk about the 5 C's. If a boys were interested in you in general, they will need to have a car, a condo, a career, a credit card, and cash. So if they didn't have any of those 5 C's, don't let them come near you. That's very much the way that not necessarily my family, but the society brought us up. As a young person being sent to overseas to educate, having a degree and even having a master degrees, people will say, oh, I wonder what kind of husband that you're going to meet. Because they expect me to meet someone at university while you're doing a higher education. I was too busy missing the boat that have too many friends that even with guys, I just treat them as friends. And by the time I was doing my master's, yes, I hang around a lot of PhD students, but they definitely permanent head damage. They only can talk about that one subject that they're so into. And in my head, it's like, kill me if that's all they can talk about. I miss the boat because a lot of my girlfriends did meet their husband or boyfriend during uni, which I didn't. And imagine that I'm walking out of my university degrees as a registered psychologist. How many men do you think, or boys, would actually game to come and date me? And I'm so out there. I have a lot of good friends. They always try to matchmake me. Okay. My big brother in Queensland, he moved up to Queensland. So he met a lot of single guys. There are people showing interest. But those guys cannot stand it. Every time they try to call me, where are you? I'm out with friends. One guy just said, I can't stand it that you have never been home. So how could I trust you? I was like, hello, we're just having a conversation. I can't imagine how much control would that be if I was saying, I'm going to court you and date you and planning to marry you. Ooh.
That would have scared them all off.
Yeah, I'm pretty strong. In those days, I will be even more vocal, and I don't swear, but with some Christian boys, especially Christian boys, it's like, oh, she's nice. She's doing all this pastoral care work and helping people. But when would you have time for me? I say, huh? Until Calvin came along, I didn't know what his background was. But what's the most beautiful thing was he accepted me as who I am. Doesn't matter where I came from. What else? He actually admired my strengths, having a high education, having all these things. And little did I know that he was actually Calvin is like, yeah. He had a certificate, not certificate, is that diploma? The computing in those days, like 30 years ago, was that a computing degree or computer science degree? No, he never went to, no, he went to uni, but he flunked out. He actually bombed the RMIT chemistry lab. The alarm went off for his first year. So he actually went to uni, but he didn't finish it. The downside was he's actually a very good artist. When he drew, it was amazing. But he was told by his parents, that's a side story. If you want to become an artist, you will starve to death.
Not
So-
necessarily.
Oh, well, in those days, Asian background, if you're not accountant, engineer, doctors, you're no use anyway.
But wasn't that with writers, artists, and something else they said the same thing with?
Oh, but
Writers,
nowadays,
artists, and musicians.
yeah. But how many of them are making so much money now? Okay.
Yep.
So it was crossing my mind, like, oh, I didn't know that he only have a diploma, but actually it was my mom said that, or whether my dad, I can't remember exactly. I don't think he's good for Catherine. I said, huh? He only have a diploma. I look at them, I said, okay. You've been asking me to have a man. There's a man here. Has he not got what a man has? And I know that he cares. That's all I needed because a lot of boys, I would say a lot of boys were interested. But Calvin is the man who stood up and say, hey, I'm interested. Are you? Let's work it out. So from that day onwards, we try to work it out, but we're still trying to work it out. There's a journey. There's up and down, there's pain. We argue about our parents, we argue about his parents, we argue about our child, we argue about how we spend our money, we argue about how much time I'm not at home. No, we don't argue that. He always like, yeah, go and do what you love to do. But it's so made that we are understandable with one another, that we have our own dreams. We helped him, he helped me to build our dreams, and we have our shared dreams. And when we reach our horizon, every time I share this story, I feel it. I have no regrets on this journey being spent with you. So for most of you while you're waiting, Helen, you might not be clear, but I think there's someone for you. I don't know how that person looked like, but we all would have someone walking by outside. But while you're waiting, ladies, what do you think would be for you to prepare yourself for this one person or multiple person, Tamara? What that thing just popped into your mind when I asked you that question? What may be, or what could that be one thing that you could get yourself prepared? There's no right or wrong answer. Anne-Marie just say, I love my man dad who loved food or could cook.
No, I like a man that will help me out and treat me right in the way that I deserve to be treated, and who can treat my children with respect.
Good. So you want a man who treat you right. What does that look like, treating you right?
listen to me when I'm emotional, support me when I'm emotional, you know, like as I would him.
Is that a big ask? That having him to stand by you and being supportive?
That's not a big thing to ask for.
No,
No, it's not.
because that's what he'll be expecting from you.
And that's will be one of the very core thing for you, Anne-Marie. You have had other relationship, but this one thing didn't happen much for you.
Didn't.
Mm.
I was
But it's, go on.
pretty much taken advantage of.
Okay. Yeah. So there's something for us in terms of the soul searching for ourselves. Okay. It's not like you allow people to take advantage of you, but what might be the things that we became or allowing, like not you that you are now is not the right word, but with your experience that having this being taken advantage of, what would be one of the insight you have right now?
Wait, can you say that again?
Okay. What is the reason? What possibly the reason that you were taking advantage of at those times? Just something simple come across your mind that you could start working from this journey.
I guess I'm not going to say I'm too nice because I am nice to everybody and I'm giving to everybody. I just think they abuse that.
Mm.
So my question, Anne-Marie, was what could you do differently so
Mm.
that they didn't take advantage of you next time?
Well, cautiousness.
Mhm.
I'm just being a bit cautious.
Take
Yeah.
your time
Yeah.
Take your time, but boundaries.
and
Yeah.
listen to your
Intuition.
That's right. What does your gut feel? Do you feel safe? Does it give you? Is it nice to be in that person's presence?
Sometimes awkward because I'm
Yeah,
not used
but
to it.
that's understandable. We all have lessons from previous relationships.
But also it's about recognising what's awkward and what's unsafe, because sometimes that can blur.
Oh, it's definitely not unsafe. Definitely not unsafe.
Mm.
But I totally understand what you get by awkward, because it's new and it's different. And quite often when we've been in the situations we've been in, breaking that cycle and breaking away from people who treat us like that is hard, because we know and we can predict behaviour quite easily from our past experiences.
Yeah.
And breaking that cycle and breaking free from that is really, really hard, because suddenly our body feels unsafe when it shouldn't. Our body feels unsafe because it's different and it doesn't recognize it.
Mm.
So it's a very hard cycle to break, because it doesn't recognize that love language. It doesn't recognize how that safe or respectful love looks,
Mm.
because our body's not used to it. So it feels really weird and awkward, and sometimes it feels unsafe, even though it's not. So it's a hard thing to recognize and work on.
Yeah. Because you never experienced that before.
So you don't know it. You can't predict it.
Yep. So instead of what other people make us feel, then you learn to recognize it. Like with all your mama back here, you experience like too much mushy as well. Okay.
Got the
No.
checklist, baby. Got the checklist, remember?
I was going to say, now the mama
Coriander,
bears, we'll
chili.
we'll
Well,
check
there
them
it
out
is.
for you. And we'll get the baseball bat and smack him around the
We'll
fucking
have
head.
to organise a triple dates.
Absolutely. I've got the baseball bat and it's wood. It's
Or-
wood and it's
or-
beautiful.
Or
huh?
if Catherine brings her husband the quadruple, what's it with 4 quadruple dates?
No, we just
Oops.
bring coriander.
That's
Coming
it.
on Saturday. He'll be
You
here
got it.
Saturday.
Oh, he'll be there Saturday. Mm.
Was that husband number
Oh.
3?
Oh, yeah.
Husband number 4 or 3? I got up.
3, 4, which one is it?
It's husband number 3.
There you go.
Oh, well, it happens in threes.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Oh my
Mm.
God. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, follow on what Tamara have given the insight. The feeling unease or uncomfortable. Because our body is not used to it. Okay. But you have experienced love, cuddle from your children, the self-love that you're starting to have. That's where I'm pointing at. What is it that we could prepare ourselves for in the meantime?
Mm.
And this is all of us could do together. Helen, maybe you're just learning, how sometimes things just could trigger you, and let us know, because we're all learning. And I'm still learning what could trigger me as well. What do you think, Anne-Marie?
I have no idea. You're gonna have to say that again.
What do you think after Tamara, myself, Anna spoke about your experience?
What are my
What
thoughts
is-
on it?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's true though. It's true.
Well, it takes time. So next time when we have the opportunity to get Tamara to do the inner child stuff, we will have a good play on that.
Mhm.
I'm just scared, that's all. I'm scared.
About what?
Because it's the unknowing.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scared of
What
being
is this
hurt again.
Yeah, it's sort of
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, it's like another layer of vulnerability.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But at least you're exploring it.
Hmm.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
good. And that's
Mm.
He
good.
doesn't it? He knows that I
Okay.
told him already.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
The difference between what I know is that you know this young man very well. And how many years have you known?
About a year?
How many years did you know your exes
Not that
before
long.
that? That's right.
Mm.
So you've grown to understand who this person is, but he's not been in a relationship with you. And now
Mhm.
you're slowly trying to work that out. You've done things differently now. Okay? That's good. Right? That's good. And we'll be there on Saturday, and if he gives me the shits, I'll let you know.
No, he won't.
If we get a bad vibe and bad
It's
juju
like-
from him,
He's
we'll tell you.
dead, he's gone. Bang.
I said,
Work
Oh.
out the secret signal.
I was like, mums are gonna question you. Do you like coriander? He's like, I said no, and see what they say. I was like, too late. I already answered them. He's like, damn.
But look at the smile on your face, Anne-Marie.
That's good,
Yep.
babe.
You
It
took your
is.
time. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Take your time now, honey. Don't move fast. Don't go,
Um,
come and move in with me. Meh, 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 meh. No, 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 no.
No, he's waiting to. He's he's staying with his mum at the moment and waiting to move into his own house. He's got an apartment, but people are letting it at the moment, so they've got 3 months to go, I think.
That's good.
Yeah. But he can come and clean and cook at your house. He doesn't need to move in.
He does help.
Oh, I like that.
I
Standing
like
Sounds
at
that.
the
great.
s-
That's a good
standing at-
start.
was standing at the sink yesterday doing the dishes together.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Oh, the machine.
Oh, please stop.
Oh no, we're enjoying it.
oh, we have to embarrass you, darling. That's what mothers do.
Oh shit.
So did you have,
Can't-
did you have a snake
No,
fight
you know
with the
what?
ladder of the
We
dishes?
promise we won't embarrass you there, but when we're on our
Much.
own, we
Much.
will embarrass you all the time. Okay?
Hmm.
Only because we love
Okay.
you. You know that.
Okay.
Okay?
Beautiful. So what is this one thing could help you not to be too scared?
Hmm. I don't know, I'm just slow.
Yes, slow.
And trust yourself, Anne-Marie.
Self-compassion.
You're different to where you were.
Hmm.
You're different. All right? You've achieved greatness. You're trying to run your own business. You're trying to do all these things you weren't doing before. Right?
Yeah.
That is amazing. So, trust yourself too, honey. And trust your gut instinct, which is to take it slow. All right? No rushing. But the fact that he's washing dishes and you've got 7 kids running around is fucking phenomenal. Just putting it out there. Most men would be running on the opposite. You're like, there they're going. See you later.
I mean,
Most men
that's
say,
it.
what?
And kids, what the?
I'm out of here. Gone. See ya. Ain't doing those dishes. Yeah, back of that shit. Running for the hills, baby. I'm out of here.
Yeah, and he hasn't done that. So you need. This is promising. So just accept and don't keep playing in your head about what's going on. Just take it as it is.
Good. Good.
Coming from a single 57-year-old. Cool. We got your back. And your front.
And the mamas will take him down at the kneecaps. Right?
Absolutely.
They
babe.
always have kneecaps and kneecaps, mate.
They hurt.
They all
worst.
have kneecaps.
You guys are on recording right now, okay?
Shut up.
Oh, okay.
Just to be evidence.
We did not hear anything. I do
No,
not
no,
know
I was
nothing.
looking at the
I saw
kneecaps on
nothing.
the cookie that you're making.
Yeah, that's right. For Halloween.
Yes, Halloween, yay.
Beautiful. All right then. So anything else you guys want to add? That one thing that we could prepare ourselves for the other person. Or persons. As there's so many.
Persons. Self-compassion. Self-compassion.
Beautiful. So be confident. Be you.